Hold on. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, Maki. Good morning, Melinda.
Elias,
Good morning, Esteban. Good morning, Dre. Good morning, Elias. Why are you in the chat? Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. So, let's start with, the usual. We are 13 days away from my qualifying and what is that? 16 days away? No, 14 days away from the actual walk. So take it back. We are now 6 days away from qualifying and 13 days away from the actual walk. So if you have not already donated to the cancer walk, please do so. I'm going to drop the link on the screen for you. Any amount helps me towards the goal of 2,300. We're almost at 1,700 now. Like I said, I will be taking you guys along the way. It's a lot of fun for me to do this walk, but it's also, very motivating. And hopefully I motivate somebody to want to do it with me the next time. So why is the link? It's not in this one. Okay, it's in the other one. So it's shared on my Facebook page and it's shared on my Instagram in my stories and in my links. But if you're on Facebook, it's the easiest place to find it. It's right there today. It's there almost every day. So please just go ahead and tap in. And thank you to all of you who already have. This morning, we're going to start our conversation off with Dre's topic. Dre, kick off your topic.
Yes. Good morning, everybody, and good morning, Nicole. Hopefully, Nicole had a long week and weekend, y'all. So she's not feeling like herself.
What I'm doing is I'm trying to be certified to carry in all 50 states, and after July, they made it a whole lot harder which you should. Like if I tell people, if you're going to be carrying a gun, it's a lot of responsibility to that. You can't just go around shooting people. You got to take like actual, protocols before you even fire your gun and things like that. So they changed it where people were getting these, I guess, a little easier in some states. So now it's a whole lot harder. So you're in more hours of classroom, more hours of shooting and stuff like that. So my goal is by the end of the year to have my license to carry in all 50 states. My husband did his before July, and he only had to take like one class, and it certified him in every state. So rightfully so, because the laws in each state are different. Like I'm in Maryland. Cross the line of DC, the laws for engagement and laws for releasing your firearm is totally different from what is in Maryland. So it's important that you know all of that, but it's like I'm not a classroom person. I'm more of a person who like just show me what to do, tell me, and I don't like all of the books. So we had to do case studies and all of that. So I feel like I just did a week of college for just a weigh and carry. So I am exhausted, but Dre gonna keep it going. Gonna keep it going.
Oh yeah, for sure. Look, she ain't got you need some coffee. What you need?
Yeah, I actually want tea this morning. That's what I was just telling my husband. I want tea. Yeah.
It's getting a little chilly here finally, so I don't blame you. But topic for the day. I know everybody's seen one. Everybody's seen probably multiple, whether TikTok, Instagram. But we're going to be discussing how much we hate these snake pranks. People taking their snakes and scaring other people. And we did kind of touch on this last week, talking about Jay Brewer and how he put that. And even then, this wasn't a small snake. He put a damn near adult Burmese python on somebody's back, and the dude was terrified. And I see it mostly on TikTok. it really bothers me. I think the one that bothers me the most was young black dude, walking up to random people and just putting the snake out, like, hey, can you hold my snake? And one guy actually knocked the snake out of his hand, and the snake went flying across the room and fell on the ground. So it's just like every time I see something like that, I call it out because this is the dumbest thing you could do. Cool, I'm all for pranks, but I'm not doing it at the expense, in the life of another animal
Right.
or person, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I really just think it's disgusting. That's why you want snakes. There's no reason for you to have any type of reptile because you don't see people pulling pranks with any other animal. I mean, maybe a dog, cool, but they're not forcing
Yeah, I
that
was going to say,
animal
even
to
that,
do
you
anything.
don't
They
see
could just
people
be.
intentionally sticking a pit bull on a human.
But even then, though, they don't really make the animal do anything. They'll just have the animal in the room, and the person doesn't know, and they walk in there, and that's it. And it's like, why? It's bad enough that we're trying to get, you know, people to understand why we keep reptiles, and it's bad enough that we're having to fight these laws daily, pretty much, and people
Right.
are doing this to scare people, which is doing nothing but inciting more fear that we don't need. So I think it definitely is something that needs to stop. But I think that's something that us as a community, instead of fighting with each other, this is the type of thing that we need to be going after.
But let's talk about that instead of fighting with each other, right? These are the things that's most important. I would say that even as more important as it is of the harm that you can cause to a person, or people don't believe that you can really cause somebody who have a heart attack from extreme shock and fear of something.
Hmm.
And you could be playing a prank on your cousin, your 25-year-old cousin, who you think it would be funny to, and kill them, because there is a shock value to fear that can overwhelm your body systematically and take you out of here. It's the same one that connects the grief. You ever heard of somebody who mother or father died and then they died of a heart attack the next day? Like, those things are real. So outside of that, what it does to your animal,
Right.
right? Because you got to remember, your animal is contrary to what people think, is a thinking and a remembering being. So it's one of the reasons why you'll hear me say I don't want anybody else's animal, because you don't know what abuse that person put that animal through, and that's animal abuse. When you throw an animal on a human being, it's abuse. It's shock value to the person, but you also, the animal can feel that shocked. It can feel that like something is not right. It can feel that my body is being thrown. I only have
Right.
a spine when you're talking about snakes, for example, or a lizard who has a very sensitive tail. Those things to me are just, especially for a few, like a few views. You can get more views educating people on that animal, or educating people on why not do what we're telling you, we're talking about now, because
Right.
it also, like Dre said, someone records that and they put it out there, and all the people who are already against us and all the things that we fight for see it, and they think that all reptile people are like that. They think that we got retics and we just throwing them at people, or we're careless and we're just gonna let them out, and because that's careless. Like, you cannot care about your animal doing that. I don't care who you are, you can't. Like, I
Yeah.
dare I won't give somebody my animal if they're not gonna be calm. Like, my daughter had a friend over here the other day, and she
Oh.
came in and she was terrified of snakes. But she said, let me hold one. And she said, which one you think is best to hold? I said, I'm gonna give you one, but are you ready? Because I'm saying to her right there, like, don't you drop my snake. You can't react. And I have to say to her, even if it bites, this is what I need you to do. Stay still, hand it back to me, because you never know. Like, I think the snake was going to bite? No, I'm not going to ever hand somebody a snake to bite. The reality of it is it can whenever it wants, whether it's going to happen in a lifetime or not, right? So that's not what I wanted her to do. So when I gave it to her, her way was to just not look at it at first and then gradually turn
Right.
around, like,
Yeah.
but she stayed. You notice how still she stayed. And that's because we had a whole conversation about, I don't care what happened, don't you drop my snake. And I had to tell her that's a very expensive animal. Having that conversation. She was actually holding one of the desert ghosts. I mean, yeah, that she's holding the OD desert ghost, and I kept telling her, you cannot have any sudden movements, even if the snake. And so she just froze. And that's, educating her first was the best thing to do. Let her go at her own pace. Like, I didn't say, you got to hold it right now or anything like that. And then just drop it in her hand and say, go. What I assured her was, you can hold any of my animals, I promise you. And if there's one that you can't hold, I won't give it to you,
Facts. And so you've seen the videos I've done where I let people who've never held snakes come over and hold, and they do great. And when I put the status out there on to Facebook, I make sure I tell them, if you are terrified of snakes, you are not. I don't say don't come. I say you are not coming, because there's no point in you wasting my time. And even then, when they get here, I'll pull out a snake, and if I see them, I'm like, look, I'm keeping a buck. If you that scared, I'm not putting my snake in your hands.
Right.
That's it. And I've never had an issue. I've only had like one person I was like, oh, nope, can't do it. Not a problem, because you didn't drop my snake, and at least you told me, so I respect that. But even when I let people hold my snakes, because 9 times out of 10, like I don't really have a lot of small snakes. So most of my snakes that I'm taking out are going to be like 5-foot range. I'm not taking out like any of the huge ones, but I'll take out the carpet. Not some only for people who aren't super terrified of snake, because he likes to move around. But I'll take out Zeus, my berm, because he's a bigger snake, but he moves real slow and he's fine. But I'm there with them, so while they're holding them, I'm making sure Zeus is comfortable because I'm there. So I'm giving him his little chin rubs, and he's moving around just fine. So I'm like, the key is just like you would with a dog, just like because with my dog, I had a boxer. He was goofy, but there were certain people I couldn't leave him alone with. So as long as I was in the room with him, he was comfortable. And I think ultimately, when you do stuff like that, you have to ensure that the animal is comfortable, because yes, of course, we want to help people get over their fears at the end of the day. But if the animal isn't comfortable, then it's going to be a little tougher on us, because if we step out the room and that person triggers or does anything that makes the snake uncomfortable or makes them jump, then that's just going to do nothing but make them double down on their fear of snakes, because they don't understand what happened or what triggered them to do what they just did. So I try to make sure I don't leave the room. Similar with leaving the kids around snakes. I'm not leaving the room. Not only because I care about my animals, but also, I mean, these snakes are an investment. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not gonna leave you in a room alone with $10,000 of my money, I'm not gonna do it with alone with the snake either, because we know IMGs and retics, even ball pythons, they all get up there in price. Everybody's pockets is different, but
yeah, the
at the end of
craziest
the
thing
day,
is the ball pythons is more expensive than all
yeah,
the other ones. Like I have ball pythons that cost one ball python that costs more than 3 of my retics combined. And when it comes to like what Dre's saying is, even if it's not even about the money for me, Dre, though, like for instance, let's use the cow for example. I love that snake, right? I love that snake so much. That is probably one of the snakes that you see, unless it's Michael, I let people hold T'Challa. Like, it's like that snake, you got to be ready to hold her, because naturally golden childs, they're a little bit more nervous anyway. So like, you do the wrong thing with her, you're going to get bit, and you're not going to drop that snake, right? My thing though is that if something happens to the snake, I can't replace her. Is there other golden child cows out there? Yes, but she was a very unique one, a very specific one. So we think sometimes you can just, like, what's your caiman name? I always forget.
Poseidon.
Okay, so Poseidon, for example. If something happens to Poseidon, yes, you can get another caiman.
Right.
But does it have that same quality? Even though you call him mean or whatever, there's something about him that's going to be different from the next.
Yeah, it's that attachment,
Yeah.
and honestly, I don't think a lot of people understand that piece either. It's just like people think that they don't have personalities, and you get people talking about anthropomorphism, don't push human traits onto animals, and I'm just like, I get that. I get that, but it's like I feel like there's worse. Like y'all really are focused on that, but I feel like there's worse things that people can be doing. Y'all worried about people saying, "Oh, my bearded dragon loves me," and like there's people that made literal YouTube videos saying why you shouldn't do that. And I'm just like, I get your point, but it's just like, what harm is that doing to the animal? I mean,
Right.
we I'm not even about to say that word again. It's too damn early. We do that to just about anything. So you're worried about, people pushing human traits on the snakes, but you're not worried about, I've never seen anybody making a YouTube video about people doing snake pranks. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, again, this kind of goes back to we attack each other, but we don't unite to focus on the real problems at hand. And then you have a lot of people that don't, again, support US ARC. So it's like it's a division. And then you throw in the egos and the people who think they know it all because they've been doing everything a certain way
Mm-hmm.
for 30 plus years.
Which
And it just
definitely
makes
things have
for
changed in 30 years. I
yeah,
can
it
tell you
just
even how I viewed a ball python 30 years ago is different.
yeah, it just makes for a very horrible community. And I see why I've seen like three of my friends just this past week say they were getting off Instagram because they were done with the reptile community. And I see why. People are trash. These people are trash.
So I don't know, maybe it's my personality that I don't have to experience a lot of that, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe because I don't let a lot of people in either. So that's one of my things, Dre, right? Like that's one of my things about not wanting the big Instagram number count. Like I can control the
Mm-hmm.
2,000 people. You know what I mean? Because I pretty
Yeah.
much have some type of, when you start to get to those big numbers, you got like weirdos, like weirdos following you. And I don't have the patience for people who are not educated. Like I can have a conversation with educated people all day. If you told me, Dre, Nicole, you doing this with that snake, but this is what I recommend. Like we can have a conversation,
Right.
right? But if it's somebody who never even owned a reptile, never even owned a reptile, or like with the whole people, with the whole retic eating people and stuff like that, like those type of conversations I won't even entertain. Like literally, like if you ever watch how long it takes a retic to eat a rabbit, like okay, maybe that retic who is damn near a dinosaur in the jungle, but my retics ain't eating jack but rabbits, and they take almost 45 minutes to take down a nice size rabbit. So
Man.
I'm not concerned about that. I don't know if y'all seen how I'm shaped. They're gonna have a little problem trying to eat me.
Even
Right,
even
you
on
ain't
my
gonna get past my
profile,
big ass head. So I'm not to get my head. So I'm not
I'm
gonna.
weak. But
But
even
it's
on my
hysterical.
profile, having 11,000 followers, I learned to ignore people.
And you have to at that particular point. And that's what I think I'm saying. Like when you get to that point, you just have to let some of those people just kind of bypass. But I was looking at Maki's comment. Someone said they would pay for her to scare somebody. And that's just ignorance. Like people just, thinking of them in a way that they're not. Like, you
They think you
cannot.
can minimize everything down to monetary value. Like
Right.
you
Like,
can't pay
okay,
me.
damn near kill my snake to pay
I
me to
I
damn near
laugh
kill
though
my
because I'm
snake.
just like, you can't pay me what the snake is even worth. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, you're not paying me because when I bought this snake, I bought it for this price. But now that I've had it and it's grown, now it's worth more. And I
Yep.
guarantee you, you're not paying me for that. My
Yep.
cheapest snake was 1,100. That's my cheapest snake. Well, the arabesque is 300, so that's my cheapest snake. But even then, I don't care if it was a $20 garter snake. I'm not doing it.
Right. It's my
I'm not
snake.
participating.
Maki's a leopard, yes, like lizards drop their tails, and I can tell you, if y'all ever noticed, Gigi and Kobe are twins. They had the exact same tail. When I first got Gigi dropped her tail out of fear. And I knew that could happen. I had just never seen it actually happen. And it's not like a cool thing to see because you really, it it's sad, it looks really sad. Now it grows back, healthy and things like that. But it grows back with a different pattern than its original tail. So if you ever look at Gigi and Kobe, I'll point out the next time. Same exact. They were twins. If you look at their birth certificate, you see when I first opened them out the box. But if you look at their tails now, Gigi has a different looking tail, same shape and everything, but the pattern is different now because she literally dropped her tail when she was probably like the second week I had her. I went in her enclosure one day and she got scared and she dropped her tail. And it changes I mean, she's still a beautiful snake, but her tail, I love the pattern of Kobe's tail. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted both of them, because of the way they look. So yeah, that's a perfect example. And honestly, and outside of that, a lizard can surely you can mess somebody up. Like, you can get somebody killed throwing a lizard on somebody. Like, imagine throwing a tegu or a water monitor on somebody. Now, first of all, I don't know if y'all watched on Hair Down. The way you have to hold your water monitor, even a calm one, because their claws are like this. You gotta be super careful. Even like with one that's used to people. If you throw that animal, first of all, you done spooked it out of this world. The first thing it's gonna do is claw here. Water monitors, most lizards always want to go up first when they're afraid. And you're gonna have somebody's eyes lost. You're gonna have somebody's possibly carotid punctured because they got real long nails. And so, like with that, like, here it is. Something that you thought was funny is now devastating. Like, you done got somebody badly injured, and again, the animal is at fault when it goes on the news. The story is not going to be two people were playing a prank with an Asian water monitor, and the Asian water monitor
attacked. Right.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's not going to be that the water monitor was afraid, and so therefore it punctured the person's eyes out or whatever.
What cracks me up about society as a whole and the news is that, at least me, I don't know about y'all, I was raised to not believe he said, she said, and if you didn't see it for yourself, then you can't really believe that source. And here people are believing the news, and the news basically has sources that tell them what happened on their account. The news wasn't there, so that's why the story in Indonesia. I'm like, we wasn't in no damn Indonesia.
Right.
We wasn't over there when this happened.
Right.
So, and then they can take and twist the words however they please to make it a juicier story.
Which is crazy. I think it's different with the news today. Like Fox they sensationalize those bogus stories, not just with, like, even with the whole Takeoff death. Why is Fox even trying to be investigated of who they think the shooter is? Like, that's not the job of
because they want to be relevant. Like, and that's why I don't watch the news, because they could be like, oh, the weather's gonna be 84 tomorrow, and I'm be like, I don't believe that y'all say. Like, checking my weather app, like, it say 86 on my phone.
Generation of journalists who was raised on Love and Hip Hop and all this other stuff that I'm telling you, like, I'm looking at the news. And I had to literally say, you are Fox. Like, are you really sitting here taking TikTok videos talking about who killed somebody's child? First of all, let the mother grieve. But like, you're really sitting here talking about who killed somebody's child, and I'm very sensitive to that whole conversation because I love me some Migos and I love to, Takeoff. I think that it's come a world of everything is sensationalized. Everything, like, everything needs extra, and it doesn't. And I think that, like, we need to still gravitate to some of that sensational stuff and know when you can just turn stuff off. Like, when I started reading an article about, first of all, if the picture don't match the story, I'm out, because you definitely wasn't there. You had to find a picture to associate with the story.
Alligator attacks woman, and it's a picture of a damn bearded dragon.
What happened when y'all used to fly your journalists over in Bangladesh and take the picture? Or do the video from Bangladesh, it's a hurricane and, I'm blowing in the wind. Like, that was good old school journalism. Now it's everything sensationalized. You're going to take the video that someone took at Universal Studios at the, what's that movie? With the tornadoes what's the movie? What's the movie? Old School, Twister. Yeah. So, at Universal Studios, they got a whole Twister set. And you can go stand in it. It looks like you're in the movie. And literally have seen people do that during a hurricane. Like, that is a damn Twister set. That is not, like, we know what that set looked like. We've been there. The same shit flying around in the air. Like, people would do that just to create a story, just to get views. But this is the problem. we will click on it to see what they say. And they still would get paid for, the views. Just because we see like a topic, and it's natural, it's nothing, wrong with us. We'll come out of it once we see it's bull crap. But we clicking on it, so it's still a view.
As soon as I see the title, I'm like, I'm not reading that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everything is staged. What was it just yesterday? There was this home makeover show, you know what I'm saying? And of course everything is for clout, for views, for everything. And the dude was like, I think I just saw a rat. They never show the rat on camera. So they set a trap, and then all of a sudden next day there's this rat. But the problem is, to the regular viewer, it is a rat. But to people who are in the animal industry, you're not gonna find a wild albino rat. You're not gonna find that. It's gonna be brown. So the simple fact that it's super easy to just go to any pet store, get that rat, and then stage it. It's like everything, nothing is pure anymore. Shit, even football. It's too much politics. You can't watch it for nothing.
Right.
Football, basketball, everything is focused on everything else but the sport.
That's true.
That's why I don't watch too much TV. But also another thing is, if they were to shut down social media, half of the world would go crazy.
Well, I would too. I ain't gonna lie. I have to have my Facebook.
I mean, I get it, but
Instagram.
But my thing is, if it was ever shut down, I would be okay. I mean, of course,
I would used to communicating on Facebook
for sure. But hear me out. I would miss talking to some of my peoples, but the people who I talk to that really know me have my number, so that's not a problem.
See, and let me tell you what's weird with me. The people I really talk to don't. Like, even like some of my best friends, like we talk more through Facebook.
Well, it ain't like you answer the phone. You just hit me up on Messenger. So
I hate it because I had a job for years that I had to be attached to the phone. So I'd rather, like, when I'm on Facebook, when I call you on Facebook, I'm still having fun. If I gotta call you from my phone, this is work. That's how I think.
My thing is I do think the world needs to unplug for a minute, because we've been on social media for years, and at least we still have our snakes. You know what I'm saying? So just like, it should remind people that you don't have to post every single fucking thing. Now, of course, we do it because, we're educating, we're doing the influencer thing. Cool, that's different. But there's so many, some of these lifestyle influencers. I'm just like, okay, cool. You woke up this morning and you had a yogurt parfait for breakfast. Okay, great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see some, going out and see what you're doing today. Let's go shopping. You know what I'm saying? Like, like clean your house, something. I mean, show somebody something that's actually going to contribute to their day.
Yeah, or something that's actually, real.
You know what I'm saying? Something somebody can benefit from.
Channel. Like, I love, like, when she's out with her children, like, being a mother, or, like some of her late night videos, she might be braiding her daughter's hair, teaching, but she was learning how to braid hair at that time. Like, I love, it's real. Like, it's really, like, what's really going on. This is what my kids really are. Nothing is staged. Her son is hilarious to me. And that is the type, it's a natural thing to.
He what?
He's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
What you
Baltimore. Yeah, Baltimore. He's hilarious. I wanted to make sure.
Where's my to Elias comments, smartass. Even when I do educational shows, I tell the kids that the animal is not coming out the bin if they scream, because screaming causes unnecessary stress and chaos. Yeah, the moment they scream, the snake is put up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And especially with children, like screaming kids, typically, if you put them in a hand, it's going to elevate, You definitely got to be careful with that. Melinda said, I've been to the show this weekend and a child was holding one of my snakes. The child was fine and the parent was freaking out. And I explained to her, I understand that you're afraid and you see your child is okay.
Perfect example that fear is taught.
Yeah. Fear is taught.
And people don't, I argue with people all the time. They don't understand. Fear is not a natural emotion in us. It is a taught emotion. And it's not really an emotion. It's a reaction. It's a reaction to something that we are scared of. Nobody comes out fearing anything. It's what you've heard or what you've seen that make you unsure about what can happen. It's basically you fear the unknown, and for that, you stay away from it.
Heads and tails. So this is one of the most, okay. All right. So I would love to have a reticulated python. However, I know as of right now, I'm not experienced enough. What experience do you think you need? I want you to type that in the comments if you're still here, because I'm going to tell you that is overrated. It's no different. And the only difference between a reticulated python and any other snake that I own is the feed response. The care of them, the feeding of them, like all of that, like it's going to be equivalent to any other snake. So if you get a corn snake and the corn snake eats mice, you're going to feed it mice. You get, and if it eats one mice a week, that's what you're going to feed it. If you get a king snake and it eats other snakes and you feed it once a week, that's what you're going to feed it. The only difference with a reticulated python, other than any other nuance that you're going to have to figure out with snakes, when people say I'm not experienced enough. Now, if you say I don't have the space, yes, that's a real challenge when it comes to a retic. But far as experience, there is no difference. I need more experience with this green tree python. I'm sweating. Shut up, but you know I'm telling the truth. You got to be more tactical with this green tree python than you do any of these reticulated pythons that I have. Like, they're all the same. I can do the same things with them. The only difference is, like with a ball python, you know, a 4,000 gram ball python, I can still put on my shoulders. You're not going to put up 14 foot, 16 foot retic on your shoulder. I mean, you shouldn't, right? But that's the thing. The weight of it is the only difference. I promise you that if you really, really want a reticulated python, and if you have the space, there takes no more experience, except the boas to me are more challenging than retics. If you understand feed response, turn it off, you got a good animal. That's it. Boa, turn off the feed response, hold them up. I might get an attitude in the middle of the day. It still might decide to bite. I don't experience that with the retics. My retics don't bite none of them don't bite, but I will tell you, there's still two that if you go to the enclosure, you may want to wait. If you're not using the hook, you want to wait, let them figure out it's you before you just stick your hand in it. And that golden child cow is one of them. She eat anything that comes in there. A fly, gnat, your hand, she's going to eat it. So she's not one that you've ever seen me do. I'm serious. Have y'all ever seen her on the videos of no hooks? Look at the snakes that I use with no hooks. Every last one of them, except for her, is featured on the no hook. She's on the You Better Hook channel.
Hey, Elias got a point. She says stop. He says stop hating on the GTP. That baby gets shaded every week, and that's a fact.
I'm just saying.
The GTP slander. The GTP slander has to stop.
It's no slander. He is so much better, but I am still saying, like,
man.
Just naturally, even Dre, you hold your green tree python, but there are days that you know this, like you said, this motherfucker may get me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know that.
Yeah, for sure. And it's, again, you got to read the snake. I can literally, without even opening the door of my snake, I can see what bullshit that snake is on, because they telegraph everything. Like, as soon as I walk up to the, especially if the lights is out. So I usually, if I'm not there, I'll leave the lights out, because when I leave the lights on, they just, sleep the whole time. But, I know sometimes they like to get active, and I like, for Venus to cruise enclosure, do whatever. So I leave the lights off, and I went and I approached the cage one day, and I'm this was on live. I walked up to the cage, and that motherfucker was like, like he did one of these movements. But I was still able to get him out, because so I opened the door and I let him. He got 2 strikes out. So once he got the 2 strikes out, he kind of unraveled and was like, "Oh, okay, I guess no food." So then I was able to reach my hand in there. He looked at my hand, but I didn't hesitate. I just grabbed the perch anyway and moved it. And once I moved it, he was like, "Oh shit!" And then he climbed onto my hand. But if it was his week to actually eat, nah, I wasn't gonna put my hand in there. And now there are moments when I do have to, put my hand in there, and I know he's gonna strike. So that's when I'll get the snake hook and just kind of keep him out the way.
Yeah, so I can literally go in mine, put my hand in there, take, like right now he just shed it. I can go in here right now, like Now, actually, let y'all see. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm not going to do. Oh, he's down too, so he's hungry. So this. You're definitely not going to see me put my hand where he's at. So let's see.
I just fed mine last night. That's a good shed too.
Yeah, you know what? The PVCs make a big difference.
Oh hell yeah, most definitely.
Huge difference. Yeah.
For any snake.
So as soon as I don't know if y'all can see him, but hold on, let me do it this way because he's right there at the bottom. Can you see him, Dre?
Yeah, I see him.
Okay. Now, as soon as I did this, what you see him moving?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all see that? Now watch this. I'm going in here, and I can get all of this. Hold on. Get all of this, and he'll let me do all of that, right?
But see, they're smart because unlike a boa or a retic will strike at you from long range. A green tree python will not. Right. They are not about to waste that energy unless they know they can get to you.
Now watch this. Hold on, Elias, because I want you to know I'm just not prejudiced.
Prejudice. That's an old school word right there.
Watch this. Now I'm not gonna take them all the way out because it'll be hell getting them back in right now. But I'm gonna hit him with the hook, Elias. Watch this. See? Y'all see that? You see
he just let you know.
Wait a minute,
like,
hold on. My retic wouldn't do that. My retic would clearly retreat at this point. Now,
but that's a tree snake. That's different. They got little bodies. Yes. They're fragile.
Watch this. Elias, you watching? You watching?
We can't see Nicole.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. I'm going to let her see because I want her to see why I call him an asshole. You watching?
You look friendly to me.
Oh, shut the hell up. Wait. Oh, actually, he is being kind of good today, though. Hold on.
See, she told me to shut the hell up. What the insults is crazy.
By now, he normally would have struck. Now, what I want to do, here you go. He gonna see y'all. Oh, he's showing off today. Get back in there. See, right now, this is a time that I actually could have probably touched him. See?
He know I'm on the call. That's all it is. He understands.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because he's showing off. He would never let me touch the back of his body like that.
I'm going to keep it a buck. After that week where Peaches bit me like 3 times and an anaconda bit me like 10 times, I'm like, fuck it. If I get bit, I get bit.
Oh, he got a little piece of shit. I'm going to have to get this shit. Watch. Now I get the shit off his tail. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
Oh, yeah, he going to jump. The one snake that I make sure I don't get bit by, though, is the emerald. The emerald.
But see, to me, yes, I ain't fucking with them at all. But to me, it's not Elias that I'm prejudiced. I just know the fact of like that hook on my retake ends everything. It doesn't end everything with the green tree. I had to see what he's going to do when he come out. He was actually, so this is a day that I actually could have put him in my hand. Honestly, I just didn't because we on the live right now and I got to put him back in. But this was a day that he's actually, but he's not always like that. There's time as soon as I put that hook on him, he give me that first look. If I touch him again, he strikes first.
I don't know, y'all. He just made Nicole look like a whole fool on this live. But it's fun. You want to know what I find funny though? Every time he's on camera, he does good. Because I remember you did the YouTube video and you had him on camera. He did perfectly fine.
And I promise you, he don't act like that. Like,
man.
So I don't know if he just ate or what. No, he didn't eat. He just shed. So maybe he wanted. I don't know. He don't act like that, Elias. So but typically with my retakes, as soon as even the golden shower, as soon as you put the hook on, it's it. And I can pick them up. You're not going to do that. Like what I normally do is what Dre said. I would have took that hook if I was going to keep him out. I would have took the hook and let him come up on my arm. Once he's on me, as long as I don't do nothing stupid, he's not going to bite. I know that. But I don't just stick my hand in there. I can stick my hand there and pick up the retake at this point. I let him still come to me. I don't want no problems with that one. And he's getting big. You see how big he's getting?
Yes, he looks how big is Venus. How old is he?
He's getting, I felt like he was so much smaller than Venus forever, but now he's actually
you gotta remember, it also, you got one of the bigger localities too, which will be biggest, which is Biak. Venus is half Biak, half Morocco. But Venus is what, 5 years old now. So males just don't get that big.
Okay.
But
he is still being good. Like looking at me like you can get me, yeah.
Elias said evil GTP is a myth at this point.
Elias, wait till you come to Maryland. I'll let you come get him out.
But so
what
does
you
it?
won't see is me say I got bit by it. I promise you that. Me and him, we have good conversation. When he say not the day,
That's what I tell people. That's what I tell people. So y'all seen on my Instagram,
hey,
y'all see I got some new snakes. And
no, I didn't see. What was in the box? You never said. You did a half video and cut it off.
But you saw the boxes letting you know that I got new snakes, right?
Right, but you didn't even tell me what they were.
Nobody knows what they were. I just said it. You saw the boxes, you know I got new snakes. The video's coming out today.
I ain't got time for all of that. I want to know before the video. Who am I,
darling? Hold on. You know one of the animals.
Oh, so because I didn't know it was like now. Okay, I didn't know that.
Well, that was actually coming next week.
Okay.
So,
see,
I got people
in the box.
I got people cussing me out left and right. We'll get to that.
What time the video come out? I gotta wait for y'all. Gotta wait for a video. He's not really my friend.
11 a.m.
Oh,
because there's snakes you don't care about. The
snakes I don't. They green trees.
I wish I'd have got another green tree. I don't have the cage space for another green tree right now. I am looking for an adult female though.
Snakes I don't care about that you already have.
I'm not telling you that. All right, hold on.
I'll wait till 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we go.
Now I'm super curious.
We gonna wait till after the podcast.
It's a snake I don't care about, which is not a lot.
Because you only care about retics.
It's not that I only care about retics. That's not true. I care about ball pythons. I'm a ball python.
You over here lying on your green tree right now at 11:43 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We just saw him make a whole fool of you.
He did. But I'm telling y'all, he's not always like that. Like literally.
That's what I was going to ask you. So does it matter if it's daytime or nighttime for your green tree, or is he on one nighttime?
I don't fuck with him at nighttime. That's just not. That's an out for me. Like, that's when he moves a lot. Like on the camera, he be having the whole party by himself.
That's one thing I can say like that I do differently than most people.
I ain't touching them at night.
I do push the limit sometimes. So like what most people be like, oh, you shouldn't do that. I mean, I have no problem. People say I shouldn't handle my anaconda at nighttime.
Oh, so my retics I don't. People
she is super chill. You know what I'm saying? There's only one snake that I can't just go like out of. So yeah, so I'm up to 20 snakes now. So out of.
Bosa said calling niggas he got bit by ASF.
Oh, R.I.P. Bosa. So I'm gonna tell everybody. Y'all gonna make fun of me, but I don't care. African soft furs scare me.
Really?
I don't like them.
I should go get one. I love an ASF.
As long as it's at your house, we good.
They are so cute.
They got them little beady eyes. I don't trust it.
They are so cute. So my thing is, I love the ASFs. I go there all the time and play with them. I've never been bit by ASF, and I know some people say theirs bite a lot. Mine's like literally up until the time that my animals are my rats and my ASFs are fed, they are treated like babies. Like I love them up until the time that I gotta feed them.
I respect you tremendously. Because I'll be damn. I don't like regular rats, but I can deal with them. African soft furs, something about them. They just need them little looks. And I'm like, hell no. Get the fuck out. I can't
Rock
do it.
said he got bit by a 13-foot 400. That sound like the news, don't it? That sound like the news.
Yo.
Rock on reptiles was bit by a 13-foot 450-pound ball python.
I had somebody tell me they had a 9-foot ball python. I was like, that's what's up. I gotta see that. But they never had proof.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, no.
Either it wasn't a ball python, or you don't know what the fuck you got.
Right. Right.
Man.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. But that's exactly how it be, you know?
It's only one snake out of my entire collection where I can't just reach in there and get them out, and that's the emerald. That is the emerald. The berm, the scaleless, my king snake, my red tail. My bird and my red tail and my motley boa are probably my top 3 friendliest snakes. Even the anaconda. Well, the anaconda I can't just reach in there because they do eat underwater, and I would hate for her to mistake my fingers for some food because
Yeah.
that girl is nutty. But I'll get her out the snake hook. She'll crawl up my arm, and that's it. She just likes to move fast, but now I don't have to worry about her just biting the shit out of me because I mean she was tearing this arm up. She bit me on my elbow. That was probably I've never been bit on my elbow before. That's probably the most uncomfortable snake bite because I'm husky and I got elbow fat and that shit just did not feel good. It shit just did not feel good. I was like, bro, what the fuck is you doing? Like,
Not
made my
elbow
voice go up
fat.
all high. Yeah,
No.
for real.
That's the time to hit the weights.
Hey, you know it.
He said elbow fat.
You know it. We gonna hit the weights.
My God.
Bit by
my
Ace.
goodness. Good morning, Sammy.
If I get bit by African soft fur, man, y'all just go ahead and just start a GoFundMe for me because I'm gonna make a big ass scene.
They're not that serious.
Listen, have you ever been bit by a rodent?
No, I haven't.
I got bit by an adult. This is back in my pet store days, and this is what humbled me and why I don't fuck with them now. A rat bite is the worst animal bite I've ever had. Their teeth are fucking serious. I'm sorry.
Hester said I'm not great at reading my snakes. Okay, so yeah, so if you're not, but just so you know, I just want you to know if you're not great reading a retake, you're not, and you're saying you're not great reading a bull or a ball python, then yes, then you're not ready for a retake. But I don't want people to associate the fact that you have to be this rocket scientist of a snake keeper to have a retake. And I say that because I let people make me think that for years. And when I got the first retake, I quickly realized that I could have owned them years ago.
I tell you what, if you can read a woman, you can read a retake because they ain't never, just bipolar. That's all it is.
You know what?
Love you, sis.
Retakes are not bipolar.
The fact that she's more upset.
Women.
Oh, okay. I imagine.
So let me break it down. What we do is, me in the retakes, women in the retakes, we react to whatever is coming to us. So if the men bring the negative energy, then we're going to attack. It's not bipolar. You triggered. It's a reaction.
Listen, y'all going to attack if the weather ain't what y'all want it to be.
No.
Retakes.
No. Actually, I'm gonna do a video. I have a retake that's in breeding mode right now.
Oh.
And I'm gonna let y'all see, because one of the other things that people say that you're not gonna be able to handle your males when they want to breed. Well, I got one who literally he's arching the entire time he's out.
Oh, sorry. Heads and tails to ask my lady. I'm not great at reading her either. I'm weak. Oh, that's funny. Well, hey, you might be SOL.
You definitely don't need a retake, right?
Yeah.
But he's in breeding mode and he arches the whole time he out, but I still can pick him up. I can still pull him away from things. He's the same snake except for the fact that you can see he wants to breathe. His little wee is just doing this the entire time, and he's arching a lot. But I do believe that's because of the fact that, again, he knows who I am. Like, okay, she's not somebody who's trying to keep me from getting to a woman. She's my keeper. She's my owner. But it doesn't change the fact that he's arching the entire time. It's hilarious. I mean, knocking everything over. Because when they arch, it's like a big arch. And that's how he's moving, like just like the entire time. We let him go in he went in on his own. Because I had, my retakes, some of them who was raised together, they go into each other's enclosures. So we let him go into child enclosure. Well, we didn't let him. He went into child's enclosure and they locked. So we just closed the door. Just, at that particular point, they were already locked. We're not pulling them apart. But now I know I have to keep him away from her because I don't want them to have babies. And I hope he didn't impregnate her. Because the first thing, and someone gave me a really good idea. They did say if she did get pregnant, what you should do is get another enclosure and then just put all of the babies in that enclosure. That was the smartest shit I've ever heard. Like, take little tubs and put them inside the PVC. So take an 8-footer and put a bunch of small enclosures in there to house your baby retakes. Genius. I've never even seen breeders do that. So that was really smart if it does happen, because that's my concern is housing babies. That's why I won't breed them. I think I have retics that would make some of the most beautiful babies. And the fact that, I don't know 50 people who I could sell them to.
Yeah, you don't want to be overwhelmed. I do plan on start breeding. I'm gonna change the lingo up when I start breeding. I ain't about to say breeding mode. I'm just gonna be like, my snakes is horny.
You know what?
Call it.
Why you gotta be extra?
We're just gonna call it spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they're breeding? No, they fucking hard, real bad. You know what I'm saying?
Just why gotta be extra?
Because why everything got to be different just because it's the species? You know what I'm saying?
It's not a difference. It's because we breed. How about we should be using the appropriate word?
Like why humans gotta complicate everything? You know what I'm saying?
We breed. That's the appropriate word.
Well, I'm 100% proven breeder. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I'm like, why he doing?
You're a girl maker. You're a female maker.
I'm like, man, that's my snap. He horny as hell. I'm gonna have to get him some box.
Right, Rock. He gonna get me after we get off live. He was like, yeah, I let them people see I'm cool, but when you coming in next time, I got you. Oh, Bolton said my blood bit me a couple times, but I've been spending time with her and no bites in a week.
Hey, you on the right path. I'm telling you what, if the blood ain't drawing no blood, it ain't healthy. You good.
Yo, look, you know what, DMX, you got me out here looking like a whole liar.
Elias, that's a fact. That's a fact. It's a myth, you know what I'm saying? It's a fairy tale. I mean, so how did fell asleep?
Esteban is a fool. Love my Esteban.
You must have had some good shit.
Hey, Candy. Oh my goodness. Did I get this Suriname red tail boa? Yeah. Look, I ain't gonna tell you a Suriname.
Hey, if you got the space,
yeah. They are, to me, they are next to the Bloods, the most beautiful boas out there, honestly.
Oh yeah, I love, man.
Yeah. Any red, true red tail. I mean, when I say true red tail, true, because they also call true Colombian red tails. Like, I have a true Colombian red tail who is not a BCC. Yeah. So, but the Suriname is a real, true red tail.
Yeah, Surinames, the Bolivians, and probably the Peruvians are probably my three favorites.
Peruvian. Oh, I love Peruvian red tails too.
That's what I'm trying to get one because I would love to cross her. I would love to cross her to kind of brighten her red up with a Peruvian, but they cost too damn much money.
That's right, Mikey. No,
it's a fact. It's a fact.
The green tree python is beautiful. That's why I love, especially at night. I love sometimes just coming down here in the dark and looking at him, especially when he's moving around. I think that's pretty cool. Like, to watch how they move, how the snake is a lot longer than it looks because, it's always kind of, but when it starts to move, you realize how big that snake really is. I love that. But it's like, it's not a snake that, like, the retics like being out. They like, all the attention they get. He don't, even if I take him out, I tell people, don't be coming here and make no quick movements.
Yeah, but they're great snakes to have, like, if you like have like an office or just like a low traffic area, because they're great display snakes. Like they do, so they do look dope. But Nicole, blink twice if you make sure he ain't got you captive, because ever since you put him back, you've been like, you've been here with it. Every time she just be like, "What the green?" I'm like, this got her in the headlock right now.
I'm just trying to make a point that out of all these snakes that I have, and people talk about retics, forget a retic. That's the real OG in here. That's the real one who it takes art to deal with. Anything else is just a snake.
I think given that, what I'm saying, we have our different, views, like, you prefer retics, I prefer berms, but we both have a plethora of different species. I think they all are dope snakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, of course I have retics and you have berms. So it's just like, we obviously like them enough to have them and keep them, but we have our preference. Now, if you got ball pythons, then yeah, you just ain't got no taste in snakes. But I'm just playing. But
it's nothing eventful about keeping ball pythons. That's just
I think it's because I got into ball pythons when I was like 12, so it got old to me very fast. And the market wasn't what it is now. You know what I'm saying? Like the breeding, um, like when I was getting out of it, hides were the thing. Like pies were like $2,000-$3,000. That was the thing.
Right.
Now you know you go to a show and get a pie for like $300-$400. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like goddamn.
Yep.
But no, I do. I don't want people thinking I hate retics because I don't. I mean, obviously I got a retic.
Yeah. Well.
We gonna talk
Oh.
after this.
Anywho, but what's going to happen? Like I said, it's going to go from 1 retic to retic, 3 retic, 4 retics, 5 retics, 6 retics, 7 retics, 8 retics. And the only reason why I don't have more is because I literally have ran out of not just current. I have to think about current housing space and additional housing
Future.
space.
Yeah.
You know, so if I really felt like I could put another one in here and not worry about long-term growth space, I would. That's my absolute favorite. I could live with 20 retics and be happy.
Man, if y'all have never seen Nicole purchase an animal in person, it's some of the funniest shit. Tinley. Well, she be purchasing. I'll be looking at her like, man, you know good and damn well. No, Andre, because I can do this. I got this, and this. I'm just like, she
yeah,
just
you
looked
gotta
like
map out the plan. My little Aggies, they so cool. I love them things. And I'm like, what am I never thought, but I love them. They're really cool lizards. And easy to handle. They are active though. Like they're not lizards that's gonna like. It's so funny. Like holding the tables, you can hold the table. The table still stays still. These Aggies, the whole time they like. Like where are you going?
Little crackhead lizards.
Yeah, they are constantly on the move. They're pretty cool though. Yeah. So I mean, I just think that, like Dre said, it's I just don't like the anaconda. I just have no. First of all, I don't find the animal that attractive. Like I don't like that.
Well, you're not gonna sleep with it.
I still want it to be pretty.
They are pretty.
I don't like their little faces because but
it's very
I will
untrustworthy.
say that's the only big snake that I don't desire to have. That and an African rock. I don't desire to have any one of those.
See, this is where we differ because I gravitate towards the crazy shit that people
right, I
stay
told you
away
that.
from.
Yeah, I'm not. Yo, don't get me wrong. I like the challenge. Like the water monitor is a challenge. Like the Tagles was a huge challenge, and Gigi is still a challenge. But I don't like things that. Like coming through the door, like the green tree, you knew coming through the door, coming out the box. He was striking coming out the box.
That's a beautiful animal. I don't care what you're talking about.
That would be a beautiful animal if it was a ball python. As an anaconda with that little face, I don't like it.
That was disrespectful as fuck.
I'm just saying.
Ball
I love
python.
that color in a ball python, but like anacondas are just. I mean, for me, they're just not pretty snakes.
How many ball pythons have you seen? How many ball pythons have you seen that actually have that iridescence?
You want me to go show you one?
We on a reptile podcast? Why not?
Let's go. I own one, bro. Oh, come. Let me go get it.
Look at her. Anyway, yellow anacondas is definitely dope. She can't handle it, so it's okay. Sorry, I ain't got control, so I can't move through the comments like Nicole, because she still ain't gave me control yet. Sorry, Maki. I always gotta talk my shit about ball pythons. I don't have a ball python anymore. I actually donated my ball python.
And she's in shade. You see? That's a pretty.
It's a nice snake. I don't see no iridescent stuff.
Yes, you can. Put your little girl back up there. Say, put her back up there. Say, you ain't gonna be shitting on the ball pythons.
No, not even the same. Not even close to the same.
Picture.
So this right here.
Hold on. Watch this.
Not even close to the same.
Yes. Hold on. Let me get you in the light.
She gonna prove her point today.
That's right. That's the best I probably can do sitting here. All right, now we're gonna see the picture now.
I mean, I see the picture. I just don't see no iridescence.
See the picture?
Come on now.
Prettier than that thing. Vote.
Lies.
Vote.
The
Look
lies.
at the face. Look at the face. Say, I'm cuter than your anaconda.
It's derpy as hell.
No, and I think too, like for me, the anaconda at some point, and you know this, is going to need a huge enclosure with a huge water source. So I don't have that space, like, because the Asian water monitor takes up that.
I mean, the retic will need a bigger enclosure, but she'll definitely need something huge because she's a yellow.
But the retic doesn't need what your anaconda needs. Like, so, yeah, your retics, they need, would need, like, actually, I would tell you, an 8x4x3 could keep your retic forever. It's not going to keep the anaconda forever because she's literally a land and water snake where retics do have water. They like water, but your snake likes to swim.
Don't let Bob Crutchfield hear you say that.
Who?
Bob Crutchfield.
Oh, Tom Crutchfield.
Tom, Bob, what the fuck ever. Billy Bob. You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking about. The same person. Okay, no, I will not disrespect the greats. I respect Tom for what he's done for the hobby, but I think his time is past. That's just my thing. If you're not going to evolve your brain and your mind to what you've seen over the years, then it's not going to really. And
I just don't like the thinking.
To things, it just can't apply to the things that you don't do now.
I just don't like the thinking that if you can't provide a huge outdoor enclosure, that you shouldn't keep them. Because if that's the case, then we should have just left them in the fucking wild to begin with.
I mean, and I don't think honestly, with my retics, that's not what they want. They just want to be able to get out and do their thing, which they get to do that. And I don't have, even my enclosures, though, they're not small. All of my enclosures have height. My retics can climb.
Even there's certain animals I wouldn't even want in an outdoor enclosure anyway, and my snakes are one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to deal with the bugs, the parasites.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like, why would I? No.
Yeah. I mean, like, to each his own. I do agree that they need, you got to grow with them. I do believe that. But that takes a long time. Like, you're not where most of my retics are today. They'll be at that size for like the next 3 to 4 years. They're gonna grow slowly.
But they do grow at a faster rate than most snakes. Because. Versus, I mean, even Burms, I would say grow up pretty much the same rate that retics do.
Yeah, but they stop. Retics at the 14 foot, like T'Challa been 14 feet forever, and she eats, regularly. But she's, she'll creep up to that 15, creep up to that 16. But it's not like that first year where every 2 weeks you can see the snake done grew, literally. And that's the thing. I think the shocker for people who get a baby retic. And I tell them the day that you buy it, you better be ordering that long-term enclosure because that snake grows literally, it seems like every week.
Yes.
I mean, it's not the same snake. You can take pictures along the way.
And
you're like, what in the world?
The one thing I've noticed about this anaconda is she grows.
Hey, More Exotics. Thank you for coming.
This anaconda grows pretty fast.
Go ahead, Dre. I got to turn some people blue.
Okay. Anaconda grows pretty fast.
Sean not blue. Sean, he never been on. Sean, you must not have been on this show because I know you blew on the reptiles and cocktails. Hey, Sean. That's one of my favorite people in the reptile community. Doing big things. All right, got that. Yeah. All right, so where we are. All right, so let's get to we're at 9 o'clock and go ahead and Dre and say it. I have a job and you bum.
You'll be the only one dismissing me. Like I'll be wanting to log on. Like I can't multitask. I'm in management. I be chilling.
Look, I don't want you to be like, girl, I lost my job. I was on 2 P's on the podcast and my boss in the comments.
I wish the hell they would. I'm gonna come on here and slander everybody.
If you can read a woman, you can read a retic needs to be on a shirt. That you know what? That's a good one. Dre,
we gotta get that. That and raw dog.
Dre's trademark. That's cool.
Raw dog.
No, that one. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Hey, I was gonna go without a glove. So that's another thing. If he comes up to me, I don't have to use a glove. If I don't use a glove at all anymore. I just know that he ain't in the mood. But if he's in the mood, I let him come up the hook and then onto my arm. But I do think that I don't know. He is a little different today, y'all. I'm just telling y'all. He didn't even strike. Normally, that once I put that and he looks up, the second thing is a strike, and then he comes out. I'm impressed. I think this is the first time that, other than that video, he didn't strike first. Not saying that he wouldn't have bit me if I put my hand and picked him up and stuff like that. I ain't saying that. So don't go in there just trying to touch your green tea. Because I'm telling y'all, don't be listening to Dre. Y'all gonna be out there at the hospital.
Whoa! I didn't tell nobody to go do that. I didn't. Don't blame me.
You said though that you go in there and I can just pick Venus up.
I said I pick up his perch.
Perch. Oh, okay. Like, get it right. Correct.
See?
You weren't listening. Look, correct.
You trying to ruin my reputation already. God damn.
You asked somebody go ahead and buy a green tree python.
Oh, ho. First off, if any grown ass
Exotics said.
Listen, if you grown and you say stupid shit like that when they said this, that's your fault. Because you grown, you make your own decisions. I ain't telling nobody to do nothing.
Mikey's, what's the arch? I'm gonna do a video because he's still in breeding mode.
So an arch is when you get a girl back to your room.
No, but it does look like that though. The funny thing is, I swear, it's Mikey. It does. It's literally he's literally like arching his, like he's slithering, but he'll arch all like the muscles of his back. Like, I'm gonna do a video. It's the coolest thing to watch.
Hold on. Nicole's example. Oh,
no, it's cool to watch. But it's also one of the times that a male retic can be a little defensive. But my baby's just like, no, just let me get some. Just let me get some, mommy, please. And his little wee. Now that's another thing. So you see ball pythons breeding. They got their little hemi. His little Dre. It's like this. I was like, wait, look. And it's like this the whole time. I hope I can catch that on video too. So when he come out, you can see his little wee. And it's just like this. And a retic wee is bigger than a ball python. So it's like.
Now we talking snake porn. This Monday has gone awry, guys. But
it's the coolest thing to watch.
Oh man.
So, and this is my first time experiencing that with a retic. So
putting that overtime. Cool.
No, I'm sorry. Ready. All right, so I'm just going to the comments. An artist with a lady said the same thing.
Exactly.
He said the same thing. I can't.
Not all arches are equal. It's different angles.
Oh my God. Oh, and then Mikey, wait a minute, you're on bad. Mikey's talking about I'm aware of but in the snake. I've never seen it.
A human arch is way better than a snake arch. Because that arch Nicole's talking about and doing all of that, I don't want no parts of that.
Oh my God. I cannot believe y'all said the same thing. Oh God, Mikey, look, I'm gonna have to keep her from Dre.
Big facts. I like, listen, I don't care if it's like this or like this. I want parts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I'm gonna take them out later. That'll be a good video to do. Oh my God, yes, me too. I love looking at my green tree python at night, and he moves around his enclosure. Most beautiful snake, I think. Yeah, I love it. I love it. They all beautiful. Like it's definitely one to have in the collection. And the only reason why, like I said, I won't have another one is because I'm still challenged with, giving him I like bonding with my animals. And, he's like the on and off boyfriend, he bonds sometimes he don't. I don't even call it bonding. He tolerates me. He's really
inconsistent.
Who tolerates me. The green tree gonna get you so you're trying to embarrass me on live. Yes, he did. I wasn't trying to embarrass him. I'm telling the truth. Something Dre know he off the chain.
His name is DMX. You gotta live up to the name.
Oh no, Esteban, absolutely. So for y'all who are in Florida area, Esteban is having 41 South Frenchies who have two of the cutest Frenchies. A show he's promoted December 10th in Palmetto, Florida. It's going to be the first ever Bully Bowl stack off, and he actually has award-winning Frenchies, and actually one of them, Canelo, looked just like Esteban. If you've ever seen a person that them and their dog are twins down to the ears, it is hysterical. Like it was like he went and picked up a little baby dog that was his son. They look just alike. That's right, Bosa. Don't forget US Ark, Florida. And to what Dre said, hey, Wills, how are you? Will, what you call Will's a podcast whore. He said, I'll take it. Oh my goodness. The ball enclosure I'm about to build finna shut everybody down. Well, honey, if you can build, great for you. I don't have this skill set. If you can build, if I could build, I have all kinds of stuff. I might even have an anaconda. No, I'm joking. Like, but if I could build, like if you could build yourself, I mean, Drake does a lot of building too, but think about like big enclosures. Man, get a retake.
I don't have the time.
Yeah, and that's
I'd
for
rather
most
just pay
people.
somebody to do
I
it.
just can't. I don't have the mental. I hate putting stuff together.
I think you could, Nicole. I just don't think you want to.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sure it's a one thing, you know. But if you want to boil it down to that, I just even hate putting stuff together. I hate screws. I've gotten a lot better with drills and stuff like that because I couldn't use them at all. I didn't have to. I grew up with a father. So when you grow up with a father and then you get married, there's a lot of things you don't learn how to do.
I grew up with a father too. I grew up with a dad.
But your father would do like, so growing up with my father, I'm a girl. I don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a father who wanted his girls to be out there working on cars and stuff like that. Now he taught us stuff like shooting, but I don't know. My point is that
sounds a little sexist to me.
No, yeah, maybe. Call it what you want. I am not the look. My husband tell you I am not the girl power. I believe it's shit that I should not do. I don't take out trash here, okay?
I'm not gonna lie.
Stuff in the trash, I'll tie it up.
Somebody gonna hate me. When I see a woman with a drill, I get anxiety. I'm like, here, just let me do it. I got it. Come on.
Yeah, I've gotten better. So that's something that I have been forced to do. My husband has forced, since you're doing all this reptile stuff, you're gonna learn how to use a drill. So I've done that more. But as far as like having to really do stuff, I have brothers and people and nephews. Oh, definitely nephews. I call my nephews. They'll do anything for auntie. Call my nephews. They'll come build a whole house. Like I don't have to worry about that. Eric, come over here. I need you to fix the rod in the closet. Slim at work. Like I have that. Like I have great men in my family. I'm a girl, and I have no problem. Y'all can have all that girl power y'all want and all that stuff. I believe in drawing the line. I'm drawing the line right here. I don't want to do certain things. That's girls don't do that. I'm still on that. I ain't for it. That is your son. That Canelo is definitely your son. I don't know how you made a dog, but that is definitely your son. Let's see. Let's get through the comments before. I don't want to miss nobody. All right, guys. So it's 9:14. We appreciate y'all coming joining us every Monday. Soon as I hang up, Dre, I'm gonna send you the email so I don't forget. I was really busy last week. I saw you. I heard your comment when I was getting the snake, but I'm gonna do it as soon as I leave.
Oh no, you get.
And if you don't see it in 30 minutes, remind me. But I'm gonna do it as soon as I leave.
Oh my goodness, it's stressing me out.
Oh, they did say that, Maki. That's different though. See, I can do that. That's a girl thing. Like taking care of animals is a girl thing. But it's certain things that I'm not working on cars. It's a flat tire. I'm calling somebody. Don't bother to teach me. I don't want to know.
I don't mind those. Like, I feel like it's certain things, especially if you have a man, a woman shouldn't have to do. You know
I'm not.
Just know.
I will call you even if you guys drive 2 hours.
Because if I get up under
to get me help, but I'm not doing it.
Because if I get up under the hood later, I'm getting up under the hood.
My nails are natural. These are not acrylic. These are natural nails. I can't be breaking with bolts and stuff. I ain't doing that.
Oh,
Although I'm gonna have to get them cut down because I decided I'm gonna change what gun I want to which second gun I want to purchase. So I'm gonna have to cut them down just a little
second
for loading purposes. Yeah, I always had one.
I just bought my
I'm a 38 special girl all day. I'm a revolver.
I just bought my 12.
Yeah. So this is me.
Literally last week.
You're like my husband. You're like my husband. I don't collect guns. I just need them for when something happens. And
I don't collect them. They gotta match my outfits though.
You know what? Anyway.
So Tinley, I had one on me the whole time. You never know.
Well, you're not supposed to.
I'm talking in the show. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, but you're not, you're not supposed to know. Like you can rightfully carry if
I remember the first week I was trying to conceal, man. I was duck walking like a mug. I tried to carry appendix, I got belly and I was farting. It was just all bad. I couldn't walk, I couldn't sit down.
A cute little Gucci holster bag. It looks like a pocketbook, but it's actually a holster.
You make me sick.
I don't wear jeans a lot. I don't wear jeans a lot, so I want to just be able to wear something with, like my dresses and stuff like that. So,
Touche.
I mean, because y'all be on some different stuff. See, I'm out here just trying to protect myself. Y'all be out here on I wish a Negro would type of thing. I'm just trying to protect myself.
Whoa, what I tell you about all of this grouping me with you? Who is y'all? First off, I don't know these people like that. Y'all, I got a daughter, number one, and people get crazy. You know what I'm saying? Number two, I be trying to protect myself too.
And I wish a Negro would, Sage.
Because if they bold enough to do something like that, they gonna be wishing that they still alive. Because I'm not playing.
Wait a minute, Candy said which why I ain't say my man.
Hey.
Oh my God. All right, y'all. We're gonna give y'all Monday morning back. Everybody have a great week, a great day. At work, laugh a little. Life is like too short to be uptight and hateful and miserable.
I had the Harlem Nights gun. I'm weak.
Definitely relax and release. Try not to let people get your goat or your cow.
Be honest. If somebody hating on you, fuck them people. You tell them I said it. Oh, fuck it. It's Monday. Nobody got time for nobody's bullshit. Yeah, we gonna send y'all off with a word from Pastor Dre. The hood sermon.
I'm going to disrupt the hood sermon. I'm going to bring it back to the bougie side and say, have a great week. Be positive. Don't let nobody get your goats.
It's Black Panther come out this week. I'm excited. I'm going to see Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? I'm geeked.
I still have not seen the first one.
But you got a snake named T'Challa.
But I told you it had nothing to do with Black Panther. I named T'Challa after a girl I grew up with. I had her come in the comments and tell y'all that one day. One of the girls I went to school with had really big boobs, and her name was T'Challa, and she had like 46 D's in middle school. And so when I decided I was gonna get a big female snake, I said I named her T'Challa. That's where my snake name came from. It had nothing to do with Black Panther. I never seen the movie. I didn't even know it was somebody named T'Challa in that movie.
First off,
until you said it was a boy's name, and I said no, it's a girl's name.
You're not going to disrespect Chadwick Boseman. Somebody in that movie was Chadwick Boseman. Put some respect on his name, Nicole. Okay.
All I'm going to say is that I don't even know Chadwick like that. So respect that he's gone. But I'm not that kind of movie person.
He had more movies than Black Panther. He was in 42.
I know that. I've seen him in some of the older ones. I know, but I wasn't like a big fan of you know what, Nicole? It's not like Takeoff. It's not like Takeoff.
I don't like your glasses. I'm sorry. You're being real disrespectful.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't relate now. You start talking about some Takeoff, I can relate. But no, I just never seen a movie. Elias said I'm fired.
Listen, twice on Tuesday for stealing boxes. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Hope everybody have a good week. If you got some haters,
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Not literally, but you know.
Yeah, not literally. That can cause you disease and some other unforeseen situations.
Boy, let me tell you. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want some booty flames. You don't want them booty
I
flames
do
now.
remember him playing James Brown. No, it's not like okay, so what I'm saying is I didn't like him enough to like my snake is named DMX after DMX because I love DMX. Everybody know that. Everybody know that. Everybody know I love me some DMX.
Type of pit bull with Down syndrome was that?
But I just
Where's
did
my
not
water at?
know him like that to name any of my snakes after him. That's all I'm saying. Dre, don't be doing it. No disrespect to the movement, the Black Panther movement. I like that. I love what it did for children. Like my grandkids know all about him. It wasn't a movie for me. I don't like those kind of movies. That's
What
all.
kind of movie? But how you know what kind of movie it was if you ain't seen it? If you ain't seen it, how you know what kind of movie it was?
You know, no, it's I knew just from like watching the previews, I'm not gonna watch it. Like I wouldn't have watched Ants, any of that kind of like Marvel stuff. I'm not into it. But none of it. But the kind of movies I like is Colombiano. I can watch that movie 50 times.
Mediocre.
That ain't no damn mediocre movie. That was a good movie. The whole essence of protecting family, her ability to do all that she did.
Now, if you was a Wakandan, you would know that's what that was about too. Protecting the family forever. You know what, Nicole? You know what?
I like the fact that she was like a pretty black ninja when she like ran up the wall and did the flips and stuff. Like I was all into that.
My favorite part of that movie is when she told them cane corsets at the end to eat.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
that
boy,
is
that
my
was
favorite
it.
part too. That is my favorite part too. And how
I only watched it
because
I like Zoe Saldana.
She was like, I got you right where I want you. See, that's the kind of movies I like because that's how vindictive I am. I got you right where I want you.
You're a Gemini. Yes, I know.
Oh, I'll tell anybody, I'm not forgiving. I'm very vindictive. Trust me, if you did some shit to me, even if it take me 5 years, it's coming back. And I'm on a roll to get it too. Like it's a thought out plan. I'm gonna get you good, or I'm gonna get you in a space where I have that opportunity.
Let's bring it back. That other Gemini side coming out a little too much for me right now. Let's bring it back. Boy, whoo, she went from the cold to Nikki fast. You know, like,
you might think I forgave you, might think I forgot, but deep down inside, it's a part of me. It was like, I'm gonna let you feel what I felt. You trust and believe that shit. Hell to the yeah. It's still some people I got that they on their last year. It fit the 5-year anniversary. It's coming up. You better watch out.
I tell you what, it's 2 signs that I do not mess with: Geminis and Aquarius.
Oh, Geminis, and any Gemini who won't admit that they're crazy is a liar. You're the sweetest, but when someone gets you on the other side, you are insane.
They're not all sweet, but the problem is y'all crazy, and y'all openly admit that y'all crazy, and y'all just be out here openly crazy without a straitjacket, just cool. Fuck that. My oldest sister is a Gemini, and we don't speak. I'm saying we do not speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry. Like, you my homie, Nicole. I love you. You know you like family, but you should not be out here without a shot collar and a straitjacket, because y'all is.
I'm good. See, I do. I believe we're all sweet until you make us flip to the evil side. We have the angel on his shoulder and the devil on his shoulder. And once the heat come in, we don't hear nothing the angel say. She's whispering and the devil is just screaming. All we hear is out. You notice most Geminis talk loud too. Watch that. Find me a Gemini who don't talk loud. Find me one that don't talk loud or not animated.
My aunt.
Lay back.
She's very loud. She's a school teacher. She's not quiet, but she don't talk loud. My sister, like my oldest sister, she's very loud. But she's not nice. That's why we don't get along and we don't talk.
Capricorns, we to go. My husband is a Capricorn, and what I don't like about Capricorns is that you guys don't express. See, that's what being a Gemini, we express. Capricorns, you're very quiet, and what I do know too is that you're always thinking, and I don't like thinkers. I like people just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not rationale this. Let's just do it. I'm impulsive. That's what it is. Y'all real chill, laid back.
Yes.
Y'all will think things out. I'm impulsive as hell.
It's called thinking rationally, because I'm a Libra. We're the same way. We're observers though. We can be sitting there chilling, drinking. We observing some shit most people don't even know.
Yeah.
But we're indecisive as hell.
Oh, Will's a Cancer. That's my baby brother Gerard, the one I said I get along with like you. Gerard's a Cancer. So Will, you love hard, but you hate even harder. That is so true about a Cancer. Lord Jesus, have mercy. My brother will cut the whole family off if they make a mad. For real,
hell yeah.
Go move somewhere in the boondocks. Won't get nobody in the address. You just know.
Not the boondocks. Candy got it right. It's a big fact. It's a
Oh,
fact.
Candy said Libra rising.
She's a Libra. I'm a Libra. That's why we besties.
Look, I ain't knocking no Libras. I'm just telling y'all Geminis are crazy. So if you marry one, date one,
But you're
find one,
giving us
this person
information
one.
we already have. We know this. I went down to
But
the
I hear some Geminis who try to deny it. I'll be like, don't do that. Like, I don't even think y'all can turn that crazy off. I think it's true to the picture thing.
So Mike from Herb Collectors was here over the weekend, so we hung out, and I was down at the psych ward on Ohio State's campus, and it literally got like any Gemini can check in for free because they know like how special.
You know what? Shut up. Wait a minute, Esteban, you are quiet, but you will also disappear, and that's how I know something ain't right with you. So you may not like, you might be loud when you're talking, but when you're not talking or you're not around and you just cut the world off, I know something is up with you. That's some Capricorn stuff right there. Maki, I'm glad you didn't even. It's you got to be a special person to understand us. I do that, but I will say this, that we are loyal. That's what we are. We're loyal. I say loyalty line.
We're not gonna speak on Tauruses. I have a personal experience.
Oh Lord.
I haven't yet come to terms.
Is that the
Yes. I haven't yet come to terms with telling my story. But it's funny. My mom's twin, my niece, and her are all Tauruses. So I was raised by Taurus, so I'm used to it. But a lot of her ain't got nothing to do with her zodiac. But that's another story.
Yeah, my mom and dad and my grandparents were Aquarius, and their birthdays was like a day apart. All
Aquarius, them Aquarius is some special folk, you know.
Yeah, my mother off the chain, even in her 70s. That's the one person I don't play with.
I don't care how you feel about it. I said what I said. If you don't like it, then your feelings will be hurt because I don't.
That is my mother all day. That's my mother's reputation. When they hear my mother's name, you like, hi, hey, what about Miss Ann? Oh, Miss Ann, and my mother is off the chain. You meet her for the first time, the shit that come out her mouth, she ain't the parent that you know is gonna act all nice when you come in. If she don't like you or whatever like that, you know, where you get this floozy from, she'll say that while the floozy is standing in.
Listen, yeah, Aquarius is the only sign that was able to ever get under my skin. Like, I'm
this
telling
turned
you.
into the Zodiac podcast.
She made me act out of character.
Yeah, one day we'll have Dre tell his story. Right now, I don't think he's there yet.
I ain't telling shit.
It'd be too many curse words. We would need a bleeper. Bleep, bleep, bleep.
When you do that, you ain't gonna hear the story.
Bleep, bleep.
It's gonna sound like them hip hop songs on the radio.
All right, y'all, for real. We gone this time. Appreciate you all. Y'all have an amazing day. Peace.